Alex from Edswell. You're moving along, you're working with your students, just jamming on the essays, and you would like to assign some of your students to a new counselor that you work with. Well, how do you do that in Edswell without having to share your login credentials? Well, now you can with Add Counselor. Let me show you how, hopefully in under a minute. So let's say we're in the counselor dashboard for the account holder. You'll notice a new column on the right-hand side, Counselor, and right now it has all of the same name, Ellen Colmerg. That's the account holder's name. So let's say Ellen's working with Dave Letterman, Liz Lemon, and Serena Williams, and she'd like to assign those students to a new counselor. Let's go ahead and do that. Click on Manage Class, Add Counselor. Let's create our new counselor. Her name is Teresa May. Oops, there we go. Click on the Create New Counselor button. Great, and you get a little drop down that says counselor has been added successfully. Let's reassign those students to that counselor. David Letterman, Liz Lemon, Serena Williams. I think those are the three, right? Assign to counselor. Great, these three students are up here, and we simply use the drop down. We're going to assign it to our new counselor, Teresa May. And, drum roll. Great, you'll notice in the right-hand column, those three students have been assigned. You can even sort the column by clicking on it. It'll sort it alphabetically, so they'll show up at the bottom here with those three students. Under a minute, you've added a new counselor and assigned three students to the new counselor. Well, what does this mean? So this means as the account holder, you still have complete access to these three students. We can still sort of drill down, click on Serena Williams, go into the essays, make comments, do all of that good stuff. It also means that your new assigned counselor has a dashboard with only those three students in it. So why don't we test that? I'm going to log out as the account holder, Ellen Colmerg. Now I'm going to log in as my new counselor. So the first thing the system is going to prompt me to do is to create a new password. You can just use the same one you've been using if you want. And so now we're going to get dropped into a very similar looking dashboard with only those students who have been assigned to this counselor. Fantastic. One other thing to note is that the manage class features for your new assigned counselors have been streamlined. They cannot add new students, they cannot graduate students, they cannot delete them. They can only assign colleges to students and use the invite email function. Fantastic. Everything else is essentially the same. Wonderful. Let's go back to the account holder, Ellen Colmerg, and I'll show you a few more details. So, all right, Ellen's counselor dashboard where we have our three students who should be assigned to Teresa May. Let's say that Ellen has stopped working with Teresa May and would like to reassign those students to a different counselor or back to herself. Well, she can use just the same functionality that I just showed you using this and click Assign to Counselor, and then simply reassign it back to herself, Ellen Colmerg. There's another way to do it if you'd like to actually remove that counselor from the account, and this would, of course, remove the ability of that counselor to use your login page. You would simply click on your name in the upper right-hand corner. You'll notice that all of your counselors are listed here. Click on the Edit button, go to the bottom of the screen, and now you'll see all of your counselors listed along with a Delete Counselor button. The one thing to note here is that if you delete a counselor and students have been assigned to that counselor, those students will be automatically reassigned to the account holder. So why don't we go ahead and do that and demonstrate how that works. We've deleted Teresa May. Counselor was deleted successfully. Let's go back to the counselor dashboard. And now those three students should be reassigned to Ellen Colmerg. And indeed they are. Dave Letterman, Liz Lemon, and Serena Williams are now all reassigned to Ellen Colmerg. Fantastic. I hope you enjoyed the video. We have a lot more upgrades coming down the pipeline, so stay tuned. That's about it for now. As always, happy counseling.